Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go for their try food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks. I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I just got off of work and I could sure use some stuff that I thought was caffeinated but isn't. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, well, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And like I said, that's exactly the case today. I just got off of work a little while ago, and I had to stop off. I had to stop off the gas station anyway because I needed some gas. And I went inside, figured I'd pick up a couple things. And I'm always looking for possible stuff to review. And I saw this particular item, and I was like, cool, I can go over there, I can review this. Then on top of that, get a nice little kick of caffeine, give me a little boost since I just got off work. And then, what is it, folks? What am I reviewing for you? Boom! It's from Ghost Energy, but it's not Ghost Energy. This is their Ghost Hydration drink. This is their Sour Patch Redberry flavor with 0 caffeine. And the funny thing is that I completely forgot. I actually looked it up after I bought this. I reviewed one of these, I think last year maybe, when it first came out. I did their orange flavored one. So yeah, I'm a little bit of an idiot. But basically, this is Ghost's version of Gatorade. They just decided to pop in. It's got 996 milligrams total electrolytes, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, rich in antioxidant, vitamin C, all that good stuff. So, sure, why the fuck not? Let's get a thing for the thing. I could do to be hydrated, right? Hydration. Looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go, folks. Smells berry-y. Let's give it a go. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It drinks really nice, I'll say that. It does have a hydrating aspect to it. The 0 sugar aspect, while mostly masked pretty well, is there. You can taste it. I'm guessing it's probably sweetened with sucralose. Let's see if I'm right. Vegetable juice. You can taste the vegetable juice for sure. It says it's just for color, but honestly, because it almost has a little bit of a V8 thing. Let's see. Land pink sea salt. Yep, sucralose. There we go. Yep. And yeah, so I've reviewed plenty of 0 sugar stuff over the course of doing these videos. And one thing I've certainly learned is that, if you're going to flavor something with sucralose or, one of the other sweeteners, the typical way to go about it is you want to go over there and mask it with a flavor. Typically that's kind of a little bit tart that will sort of help ease that sucralose or whatever, that artificial flavor. And yeah, that's definitely present here. But it's not too bad. It's not overly tart or anything, which I'm a little bit surprised with the, Sour Patch aspect of it. I would have thought it would have been a little bit more sour. And it's got a little bit to it. Almost makes me want to pucker my lips a little. But it's exactly like it says. It's sour, then it's sweet. You kind of get a little bit of a hit. I'm guessing that's probably that fucking let's see. Well, apparently it's got tartaric acid and stuff like that. So I was gonna say maybe it was the same shit that they use for Country Time lemonade and stuff like that. But yeah, it's actually pretty nice. like I say, it drinks easy. The tartness of it isn't like abrasive to me, even though I'm not a big tart person. Um, and I think it works well. Like the flavor itself, like the actual sort of red berry or whatever you want to call it flavor, is pretty nice. Like it works well with everything else that's going on. It doesn't taste too heavy. It doesn't taste too sweet. It's just kind of nice and fruity and also fairly light tasting, which I think for something like this is, kind of key. If you're talking about, basically a sports drink. Yeah, it's nice. I like that a fair amount. Um, like I don't drink a lot of sports drinks these days. I did for a while. Like I was very much like, especially back like a few years ago, I was drinking a lot of sports drink stuff. And, eventually I started to kind of taper off on it because like I started to realize, like it really like I was drinking it as basically a substitute for soda, stuff like that. And I began to realize like it's really not much, if any, better for you than soda is, because like it's very full of sugar and stuff like that. So I do appreciate, Ghost going the, zero well, not zero sugar route on it and everything like that. I think that's better, at least in theory, for the sports drink stuff. So I typically try when I do get sports drinks to do the zero sugar stuff. But of course, you got to make it tasty too. And I think that they actually succeeded pretty well with this. I like everything that it's doing. The zero sugar aspect, it's still there a little bit, but it's pretty well masked over. Yeah, this is a nice thing. I like it. I wasn't expecting to not like it, but two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna go over here and be like, oh no, this is gonna be my go-to sports drink from now on. It's like it won't be. My go-to sports drink are the zero sugar 7-Eleven things. Like I usually go for those because they're zero sugar, they're fairly cheap, and they usually have deals on them. So it's like, buy one get one free, or 3 for $5 or something like that. This wasn't like overly expensive or anything, but but I do like the flavor of it, and I think I liked it more than I thought I was going to because like I'm not a big like sour person, but I think the flavor is nice. I think it tastes nice and hydrating. It's nice and light to drink. Yeah, I could see myself grabbing this every so often. If I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're over there and you're like me, where you tag in your soft or your sports drinks a little bit here or there, you have it's a little bit easier to kind of try your hand at different stuff. But obviously, if you're somebody, if you're an athlete or something like that, something where the sports drink stuff is actually more applicable, you probably already have your favorites and stuff. But I will say that for what it is, at least in terms of the flavor, I don't know the hydration, the recovery, all that stuff. But at least in terms of the flavor, it's a nice thing. And it is something where I would go over there. Excuse me. I would go over there and I would recommend it. At least give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you can always go back to Gatorade or Powerade or what the fuck everade. Just saying. 5 things before you get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, spend this rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly Sour Patch Kids-tastic rest of your life. I don't know if I've ever had like a full thing of Sour Patch Kids. I've had Sour Patch Kids when like friends and stuff would offer them, but like I'm not really into sour stuff. So, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're gonna do, folks. You're gonna try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, interesting fun fact about your buddy Brandon Wenzel. when I was doing that whole last part of my outro, I was completely zoned out. At the time I'm doing this, I don't know if I'm under the weather or what's going on with me, but I got some kind of squirrely something working its way through my body. And so, like, I'm not always as here as I'd like to be. But, like, I think I did okay, right? Like, I don't think I made too much of an ass of myself, any more than usual with my reviews, so. But, let me know. Hit me up in the comments and be like, no, Brandon, you were a terrible asshole, and, when you went over there and you zoned out, you started going over there and talking about Space Patrol toys from Walmart that you liked when you were a kid, and, they were knockoffs, but you didn't care. It's a real thing. But anyway.